Chapter 81 Brother, are you sorry? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Caisang. Could she say that she didn't really want to eat at all? No, what she actually wanted to say was, could the dangerous man Yamalian be driven out? Her keen intuition told her that Yamalian, a man, was definitely not a good person. Okay. She secretly twitched the corner of her mouth, glanced at Yamalian with a vague look, then turned to look at her eldest brother and greeted him. Brother, come here, let's wash the medicinal materials together first. Oh. Lin Caisang nodded in response. Brother Mtlnovel, you sit down first, I'll come as soon as I can. Lin Caisang. Her eldest brother really worships Yamalian as a god. He even talks to him when he walks away. Is that the case? Shaking her head secretly, she turned and walked towards the yard. Mtlnovel, come on, let's have a drink first. Lin Caisang greeted Mtlnovel. Brother, why are you back? Why is Brother Mtlnovel at our house? Thought there was a large wooden basin in front of him. After pouring all the medicinal materials into the wooden basin, Lin Caisang watched Lin Caisang carrying bucket after bucket of water and followed him and asked. Brother Mtlnovel. He heard that you were going to dig a pond on Menghuang Mountain, so he came over to help. He probably wanted to repay your kindness for saving him. Lin Caisang turned to look at her and replied, Lin Caisang, it's just repaying a favor. It's obviously malicious. Couldn't her brother see it? What kind of favor is he repaying? Didn't he take his wild boar meat last time? This favor has been repaid a long time ago. Brother, are you stupid? He said he wanted to help, so you just let him come. That she's going to jump. Originally, she was planning to find someone at home to cover her, so that she could take over high-level tasks. But now, there is a wolf at home, so how can she go out to do things? She was sure that as long as she was not at home, she would never escape Yamalian's wolf eyes. Could it be that Brother Mtlnovel is coming to help? Why can't I let him come? Lin Caisang curled his lips innocently and asked her. Besides, it's not like we don't pay wages. It's the same for everyone to help. It doesn't matter. One more person can finish it a day earlier, right? What is it? Lin Caisang rolled her eyes at her eldest brother angrily and cursed inwardly. Where can Yamalian not make money if she wants to? Just going for a walk in the mountains is much better than earning 10 or 20 copper coins a day here, right? She believes that Yamalian is really here to help, so there is a ghost. Sangsang, don't you want Brother Mtlnovel to help? Lin Caisang asked, having figured out what his girl was thinking. Well. Lin Caisang was choked by his question. What did I mean? You misunderstood. She quickly denied it, because she couldn't let Lin Caisang think that she hated Yamalian. After all, their family had a good relationship with Yamalian, so she couldn't go too far. I just think that Brother Mtlnovel can earn a lot from hunting in the mountains every day. If we ask Brother Mtlnovel to help, it will delay his earning money, don't you think? Brother, are you sorry? I'm sorry, why are you embarrassed? Lin Caisang said matter-of-factly, in his opinion, Yamalian is like his elder brother, so there is nothing embarrassing about asking his elder brother to help his family with a little help. Sangsang, you are thinking too much. Brother Mtlnovel is not someone who cares about things like that. Lin Caisang. Does that mean that she is such a calculating person? Okay, she did have some concerns. Chapter 82 Why are you so stupid? You are listening at novelfull.audio. But who told her that she was the one who personally saved Yamalian? It is normal to have doubts about him, right? This man was too shrewd and too scary for her, so it was better to have less contact with him, but the more she wanted to have less contact, the more Yamalian wanted to run to her house. What was this? Brother, let me tell you, Brother Mtlnovel is very dangerous. You should avoid having too much contact with him in the future, do you understand? Although I really don't want to say it, I have to remind my eldest brother that Yamalian is too mysterious to them and cannot be contacted by people like them. Getting along with Yamalian is like seeking the skin of a tiger and leopard. which is not something a wise man would do. However, when her eldest brother heard what she said, he looked at her strangely, with a look of disapproval on his face. Sangsang. You haven't read many books, why are you so stupid? Lin Caisang. This elder brother really didn't want to talk to him anymore. She spoke so seriously, but he thought she was joking. You go ahead and wash yourself slowly, I'll go to the kitchen to see if there's anything to eat. Throwing the medicinal materials in her hand into the wooden basin, water splashed all over Lin Caisang's face. Then she felt relieved and walked to the kitchen angrily. You girl, you are really, forget it, I won't care about you as a child. Lin Caisang looked helplessly at her leaving figure and said, Lin Caisang. Damn it, how long was her eldest brother born before her? Was he half an hour younger? No. He actually said she was a child. She didn't want to argue with a person who blindly worshipped Yamolian. Brother Changfeng, why are you cooking again? Where's Grandma? The figure in the kitchen was Lin Changfeng, who was supposed to be studying in the room, but Lin Lu was missing. Grandma went to find someone, Lin Changfeng said. We will start digging the pond tomorrow. We need to find more people. Since the pond is dug to store water, it must be done quickly. In a month, the rainy season will come. Although it is not a heavy rainy season, once it rains, it is not easy to dig a pond. Changhong discussed it with me and decided to dig it within a month. That's quick. There are so many people, so there's still time. Lin Caisang said, there are already a lot of people in their village, and digging a pond is not a highly technical job. Anyone can do it if they put in more effort. I'm not wrong, am I right? There must be many aunties here today who have signed up, right? She asked. Well, there are quite a few. Lin Changfeng nodded, since everyone wants to do it, let them all help. Girls are born with less strength, so we discussed it. The uncles have 20 cash per day, and the aunts have 15 cash per day. It is much better than looking for work outside, and we are not afraid of others gossiping. As he said that, he glanced at Lin Caisang. However, it will cost more money. Now the only person earning money in the family is Sangsang. It is not easy to dig up medicinal materials in the mountains. He is worried. Don't worry about the money, I'm here. Lin Caisang patted his chest and said proudly, she only earned 500 taels today. Although she had to hide the money, she could earn a little or a lot from selling medicinal materials. It all depended on her mouth. There was nothing to worry about. Brother Mtlnovel said he would come to help today. Sangsang, do you feel bad? Lin Changfeng asked. Chapter 83. What did Mrs. Ye say? You are listening at novelfull.audio. This. After hearing his words, Lin Caisang paused and his expression became serious. It's not that I feel bad, I'm just, a little worried. What are you worried about? Lin Changfeng asked. He went outside to scoop water just now and listened to a few words of the conversation between Sangsang and Changhong. This girl was obviously not happy for Yamolian to come to the house to help, but when it comes to worries, we are all neighbors, so what is there to worry about? Brother Changfeng, I saved Brother Mtlnovel from coma in Nilan last time. You said he was such a big man and didn't have any injuries on his body. Why did he fall into coma? Isn't it strange? Lin Caisang asked him. This. Lin Changfeng hesitated after hearing her words. He didn't know if Yamolian was injured, but then he went to the mountains to hunt wild boars. Everyone in the village knew that. If there were injuries on his body, it would be impossible, but how could a perfectly good person fall into a coma just because he was unconscious? Then do you think there is something about Brother Mtlnovel that none of us know? He glanced outside the kitchen door to make sure there was no one else, then lowered his voice and asked Lin Caisang. That's what I think anyway. Lin Caisang shrugged and said, she was the only one who knew that Yamolian was not in a coma for no reason at all, but was caused by chronic poison. If she had such a person by her side, she would not be able to sleep at night, okay? Brother Changfeng, aren't you worried? Even if you're not worried, Brother Mtlnovel is an outsider after all. It doesn't make sense for us to ask him to help for nothing, right? You are right. Lin Caisang nodded. That. But Grandpa and Grandma have already promised Brother Mtlnovel. Now it's even more unreasonable to ask him not to come to help. We can only live like this. Sangsang, if you think something is wrong with Brother Mtlnovel, we will talk to him later, just less involvement. Before Lin Caisang could speak, Lin Caisang said again. Besides, Sangsang, you should also think about it. It is beneficial for Brother Mtlnovel to come to our house to help. Although he doesn't like to talk, he is still popular in the village. Many people are willing to listen to him. Starting tomorrow, let him direct everyone to work, it will be somewhat faster, don't you think? Also, Brother Mtlnovel's surname is Ya after all. He can persuade the Ya clan people in the village to some extent, and there is no need for Grandma to come forward. Do you still want your elder brother to negotiate with the Ya clan people? There are two major clans in Yatsuan. One is the Ya clan, which is the original clan of Yatsuan, and the other is the Lin clan, which was moved from outside due to disasters in the past. There are some grievances about the issue, although it is not visible on ordinary days, it becomes obvious at certain critical moments. For example, this time, Lin Caisang is going to reclaim the Menghuang mountain. The news has just spread. The Ya clan leader has already complained a little. He thinks that it is just a barren mountain. Why do he need such a big move to break ground in the village? It will damage the feng shui. Naturally, this was only what Chief Ya said because he had an opinion on Lin. Brother Changfeng, does Mr. Ya have something to say? Lin Caisang could naturally hear the meaning of Lin Changfeng's words and asked. Not really. Lin Changfeng shook his head. If this matter in Menghuangshan happened to someone else, Chief Ya would definitely be the first to jump out and object. Chapter 84. Go farther away. You are listening at novelfull.audio. But this is the mountainous area in Sangsang's name, and she is the rich star in the village. If the Ya clan leader jumps out, he can't afford the risk of being spit on by everyone, so he doesn't dare to say anything. As for what was said in secret, they pretended not to have heard it. Anyway, Sangsang, there's nothing wrong with asking Brother Mtlnovel to help. Grandpa probably thought of this and didn't object. He said to Lin Caisang sincerely, Lin Caisang. They have introduced trouble into the house, will they be less involved in the future? Brother Changfeng, can you stop being so naive? But what could she say? Nothing can be said. Do you want to tell everyone in the world that Mtlnovel is a big-tailed wolf and will probably eat them all? She has no evidence either. Forget it, I can only do this for now. She sighed softly and curled her lips. After all, she shouldn't have accepted the mission, giving Mtlnovel an opportunity to attack her family, but their family still regarded Mtlnovel as a god. What's more, there is a Ya clan leader there, don't look back and cause some trouble. After the meal, Lin Caisang definitely didn't look good on Mtlnovel, because he was in an unusually bad mood. Even when asked by Lin Lu and others, he could only answer oh. Finally, when Mtlnovel left, she had already made up her mind, and then she told everyone about something. Grandma, we have almost dug out the medicinal materials in the mountains nearby. I want to go a little further to have a look. She said solemnly. Further away. You want to enter the inner forest, but that's not possible. Lin Lu was the first to object. Her Sangsang family must not go to such a dangerous place in Nilan. There are many jackals, tigers and leopards there, and Sangsang is a girl's family. What should she do if something happens to her later? It's not the inner forest, it's the mountains over the town. Lin Caisang said, it's not like she hasn't been in Nilan before. The medicinal materials dug up these days are all from Nilan, but she can't tell Grandma and the others this. The inner forest is dangerous and I don't dare to go there. But I heard that there are many mountains over there in the town. It's not dangerous there. I want to give it a try. This. Lin Lu looked at Lin Laogan and wanted to ask his opinion. Of course, according to her wishes, she still didn't want Sangsang to go. After all, it was a girl's house. Sangsang, why don't you let Changhong accompany you? Lin Caisang suggested. No need, elder brother has to watch at home. Grandpa, I can do it alone. It only takes 3 days to go there and back. I'll go check the situation first. If there are really many medicinal materials, let me brother, come with me. Lin Caisang told Lin Caisang what he had already thought of. After accepting the task, she went to check the situation first. If it was not a serious infectious disease, then she would come back to live at home every day. Anyway, she would just walk a few steps into the space, but if it doesn't work, then her eldest brother will have to take the blame. Sangsang, you have never been so far away. Lin Bai said worriedly, we have to go outside the town. What if we get lost and can't come back? That's 3 days, not 3 hours. Uncle Third, there is a first time for everything, so I will try it. Lin Caisang said with a smile. Anyway, she had booked this trip, and it was 1,000 taels of gold. She had to fill her pocket a little more, and she couldn't just throw it away and her pocket would become dry, right? Chapter 85. I am happy to pamper Sangsang. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's still spring, so we can still dig up medicinal materials. If it won't be possible in a few days, we have to take advantage of this time to dig more. Hey, old man, what do you think? Lin Lu looked at Lin Laojia again. She was not happy for Sangsang to go out. Grandpa, believe Sangsang, I will definitely come back safely. I am the star of wealth and fortune. I am very lucky. No bull, ghost or snake god can get close to me. Lin Caisang immediately ran to Lin Caisang's side, took his arm and said coquettishly. When you come back, Sangsang will buy you the best wine in town to drink, okay? This must be Yisangsang's. Lin Caisang was coaxed by his granddaughter and immediately nodded in agreement. Old man, just pamper her. Mrs. Lin Lu rolled her eyes at her old man angrily. I've never seen you like this, letting your granddaughter go out for adventure just for a few sips of wine. How can this be an adventure? When Sangsang grows up, it's time for him to venture outside. Besides, it's not far away, and it's not in our Qianlin town. Also, am I the only one doting on Sangsang? Don't you love her? After hearing what she said, Lin Caisang immediately became unhappy. To say who dotes on Sangsang the most in this family, it is his wife. Even he, the grandfather, is willing to be inferior. What's wrong with me doting on Sangsang? I'm happy with it. Lin Lu snorted and looked at Lin Caisang with a worried look. Sangsang, you have to be careful when you go out. You must bring enough dry food. You can't starve yourself. Do you understand? Well, Grandma, I'll ask Brother Changfeng to make sesame seed cakes for me later. I'll bring a few more with me. Lin Caisang nodded. The tension in her heart was finally relieved, and the family members were finally fooled. However, this was because her grandpa and grandma were doting on her and relying on her. Otherwise, how could she be so happy? At dawn the next day, Lin Caisang went out carrying the sesame cakes that Lin Changfeng had prepared for her. Following the numerous instructions from her family, in the Golden Pearl space, she took on a high-level mission. Although Yu Jing kept reminding her to bring enough equipment and medicinal materials, she also thought about it. It wasn't that she didn't prepare anything, but that she didn't even see the patient and didn't know how to prescribe the right medicine. No matter how much medicine she brought, the medicinal materials may be useless. For her, wearing a homemade mask to isolate germs from the outside world is the best equipment. Following the suction of the vortex, she came to a town and landed right in front of the bounty notice. But unlike the last mission, this time there was no one in front of the bounty notice. Not only here, but even on the whole street, there are few people to be seen, and those people are lying in the corner, half sitting against the wall. TSK. Looking at the depressing scene, Lin Caisang couldn't help but frown. Little girl. Suddenly, a hoarse and ethereal voice sounded behind her, scaring her to scream and her heart beating like thump, thump. When I turned my head, I saw an old woman with gray hair, half bent, holding a broken wooden stick. staring at her with yellow eyes, as if looking at a rare object. "Old lady, you scared me to death." Lin Caisang breathed a sigh of relief and said, "I think she, Lin Caisang, is not afraid of anything. Her only flaw is, she is afraid of ghosts. Say softly, starting today, we will update every morning." Chapter 86 The Gods Who Came to Save Us. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Although she knew that this thing probably didn't exist, and that death was like a light going out, it still had an effect on her heart. She was just afraid, and there was nothing she could do about it, as her brain was out of control. "Little girl, where did you come from? Why haven't I seen you?" The old woman looked at her and asked. "Oh, I came from far away." Lin Caisang replied with a smile. Turning around, he glanced at the notice offering a reward. "My dear, this is not a notice offering 1,000 taels of gold. It is a notice posted by several wealthy families in this town to the county government." The notice said that 1,000 taels of gold was the minimum. As long as it could save the lives of the entire town, the wealthy families were willing to contribute more money. Taking a deep breath, she reached out and took off the notice, then turned to look at the old woman again. "But this look is incredible." The old woman's eyes widened as she looked at the notice in Lin Caisang's hand, and tears kept falling from her old eyes. Girl, are you the god who came to save us? Oh, God, please save us. We are all good people, and we don't want to die in an unknown way." As she spoke, she knelt down towards Lin Caisang. "Old lady, don't do this." Lin Caisang hurriedly supported her. She, a little girl, could easily lose her life if an elder kneels down to her like this. "You get up first, get up first. You are an immortal, you are a good person," that the old woman muttered and wiped the tears from her eyes. "Old lady, can you tell me what's going on with the people here? When did they start to contract the strange disease?" Lin Caisang asked. "This is Hongling Town. Although it belongs to Qianlin County, it is not part of the county. There is no way to go to the county government after the list is revealed, but she is sure that there must be a place where a few people can come out to talk to her about the situation, right? But she doesn't want to go to those places now, she just wants to understand the situation fundamentally first. Come, God, come with me." The old woman shook her hands to signal Lin Caisang to let go of her, and then led her to a place. "God, this is it. This is the Gong family. The first people to contract the strange disease are the Gong family." A young man said to Lin Caisang with a dark face, a little angry on his face. He heard on the way that someone had unveiled the list, so he followed him. There were many people who followed him, and he almost caught up with a group of people. Gong family. Lin Caisang looked at the Highgate courtyard, but it was a quite large mansion. There were really many wealthy families in Hongling Town. "That's his house," the old woman said in a loud voice. "Hey, what a sin, what the Gong family did is really not what a human would do." "Huh? Old lady, what do you mean by this?" Lin Caisang was puzzled. She had seen the reward notice, but Gong was the person who contributed the most money to the reward this time. Why wasn't he a human? "Old lady, your health is not good, let's find a place to talk slowly first." Lin Caisang saw that she was about to speak, thinking that it must not be clear in a sentence or two, so he suggested. "Well." The old woman answered, and the group of people walked towards a hut. After chatting with the old woman and several sick people in the town for more than half an hour, Lin Caisang finally understood why they all hated the Gong family who paid the most money, but it turns out that it was only a few young ladies of the Gong family who were initially infected with the strange disease. Chapter 87 Changed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. But because this strange disease came from nowhere, the doctors who invited it all shook their heads and sighed, claiming that they did not have the ability to cure it. Some doctors even concluded that this was an epidemic, commonly known as the plague. Plague, it can kill people. If word spread that the Gong family had the plague, people in the town might get scared and set fire to them. The Gong family, from the head of the family to the servants, were scared to death and felt that life was hopeless. Unexpectedly, at this time, Mr. Gong came up with a vicious method, which was to infect other people in the town with this strange disease, causing them all to suffer from the plague. In this way, everyone will be the same, and no one can talk about burning anyone to death. Only then did the whole town contract a strange disease, and Hongling town, which was originally the most prosperous town in Qianlin County, turned into a dead town, with not many people visible in broad daylight. God, do you think the Gong family is bad or not? Should they be struck by lightning? You should let the thunder strike this family to death. A woman asked angrily. When she was excited, she even said seriously coughed a few times. Lin Caisang. These people really think she is a fairy. If she has the ability to make God thunder and rain, does she still need to do tasks to earn money? Hey, old lady, let me ask you again, besides this town, where else do people get this strange disease? She asked the old lady. This. I don't think I've heard of it anymore. The old woman looked at everyone and saw everyone shaking their heads before answering Lin Caisang's question. Gods, everyone, the strange disease here is very serious. Mrs. Kung fell down within a few days, and it was not time to go to the market, so it did not spread. People in the village heard that people here have a strange disease. How dare you come here? The gate to the town is still closed. A man said. That. Lin Caisang gritted his teeth and looked at these people who were all very sick, and immediately had an idea. Old lady, let me feel your pulse first. Okay, thank the gods, thank the gods. The old woman thanked her repeatedly, stretched out her trembling hand, and handed it to Lin Caisang. After a while, Caisang checked the old woman's pulse, asked a man to leave some of his blood for her, took 2 empty bowls and water, and sat aside to study it carefully. Drop the blood into 2 bowls of water, hold 1 bowl in your hand and bake it on a small fire, and place the other bowl on the broken table with the cold wind blowing. Yeah, it's changed. After a while, several people who had been paying attention to Lin Caisang's movements were surprised to find that the bowl of blood roasting on the small fire changed color and turned out to be green. Their voices trembled with fright. Lin Caisang's eyes darkened slightly, looking at the discolored blood in her hands, and took a deep breath. Just when she got the answer in her heart, there was another scream next to her. Ah, this has changed, this has also changed, gods. She looked sideways and was shocked when she saw the bowl of blood in the cold wind. The bowl of bloody water actually turned dark black. How so? Lin Caisang murmured to himself, feeling shocked and feeling incredible. The medicinal powder she developed herself was added to the water. If the blood turns green in a heat source, it is a disease, not a poison. But if it turns black in a cold source, it is a poison, not a disease. Chapter 88 Being Poison and Sick at the Same Time. You are listening at novelfull.audio. But who will tell her why this blood is poisonous and diseased at the same time? Are you kidding her? Taking a deep breath, she poured the bloody water in the 2 bowls onto the ground, washed them with clean water, filled 2 more bowls of clean water, and decided to try again. This time, she changed someone, and she thought it might be the reason why the man just now was sick. However, after a while, she was disappointed. The 2 bowls of blood were also green and black. In other words, the people in this town were poisoned and sick at the same time, or it can be said that the strange disease they were infected with was itself such a strange virus, and the disease and the virus coexisted. God, can we still be saved? The old woman looked at Lin Caisang with hopeful eyes and asked her. Where is the doctor who posted the notice? Is he here? Just as she was about to speak, she heard several voices ringing out at the same time. When she looked up, she saw dozens of people arriving at the hut at the same time. It looked like they must be several gentlemen from wealthy families, and they were well dressed. I am the one who revealed the list. You are. Oh, Miss Langzhong, the master of our Hong family, you can just call me Lao Hong. I heard that you revealed the list, so I wanted to ask you to stay at my house first. Miss Langzhong, I have ordered my servants to make arrangements. Room for girls to rest. The chubby middle-aged man's face was full of smiles, and he took a step forward and said to Lin Caisang. Mr. Hong, what does this have to do with you? Are the people in your family as serious as mine? Miss Langjong, please go to my house. My house. Ms. Langjong, go to my house. I have ordered people to prepare meals. You must be hungry after walking all the way, right? Girl, come to my house. My family runs a medicine shop. You can use all the medicinal materials at your disposal. It is most convenient. If you don't have medicinal materials at home, just give your order and I will go to heaven and earth to help you find them. This doctor's daughter, you'd better go to my house. My house is the closest to here, and my family's condition is also the most serious. Several masters argued over it, but to no avail. However, when the middle-aged man with thin cheeks finally spoke, the other heads of the family looked at him with a swish in their eyes. Gong, what's the matter with you here? Go and cool down. Who dares to live in your home, without fear of being poisoned and killed by a vicious person like you? You still have the nerve to invite the doctor's girl to your home? What are you worried about? Your family deserves retribution, and you still want to be treated. Even if the medicinal materials at home are watered down, I will not sell them to you Gong family. The man who claimed that his family opened a medicine shop said angrily to Mr. Gong. You guys. Master Gong's lips trembled and he wanted to reply, but after all, he had done something wrong and caused so many people to lose their lives innocently. How could he dare to say anything more, so he had to shrink his neck and say nothing. Ms. Langjong, you. Masters, there is no need to say anything. I will live in this hut. If there are patients at home, you can come here. Listening to their noisy, Lin Caisang had a headache, and he quickly spoke out. Stop their words. Also, since there is a notice from the government here, then there are people from the government, right? Please let me know that I am here, and ask them to come here to discuss anything with me. This. When the gentlemen saw what she said, they did not dare to disobey her and could only nod in agreement. Chapter 89 Do Things in a Measured Way. Then there is a ghost. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Afu, hurry up and invite Mr. Wei over here. A master ordered the old housekeeper beside him, Yatsuan, Lin family. There were not many people coming and going, and they all went to Mengshan Mountain to help, because they were afraid that the Lin clan and the Yi clan would have conflicts. Lin Changhong and the Lin Lu clan joined forces and all the people named Lin went to dig ponds, and the people surnamed Yi went to reclaim the mountains. Anyway, there were so many people, almost the whole village was mobilized, so there was no fear that it would not be completed. You have to memorize all these head accounts clearly. Don't leave any behind. If you don't understand, just ask Chang Feng for advice. Do you understand? In the yard, Ye Moyen and Lin Changhong gathered in a group and talked. I know, I've memorized these people's names all night. They can't be mistaken. Lin Changhong nodded. If you make a mistake in your work, you can still correct it. If you make a mistake in recording the account, it's okay to make more mistakes. But if there are one or two missing, there will be a big mistake, and Sangsang will have to scold him to death when he turns around. Brother Mtlnovel, don't worry. Sangsang already explained everything before he left. I'll remember it. Xiao Sangzi went up the mountain. Ye Moyen asked casually, he came here very early today, but he didn't see Lin Caisang. He was probably worried about the money after seeing so many people coming to help. No. Lin Changhong shook his head. Sangsang said that there were not many medicinal materials left in the mountains and could not be dug, so he wanted to go to other places to look. He said it would take 3 days to come back. It was only the first day, but he began to worry and regretted that he should have accompanied Sangsang. What? Went somewhere else? Ye Moyen's eyes flashed slightly and she looked at Lin Changhong. There are so many places in the mountains near Yatsuan. How could a little girl like Lin Caisang harvest all the medicinal materials? Are you kidding him? Moreover, if others don't know, how can he not know? How can that girl distinguish between the outer forest and the inner forest? As long as she can dig up medicinal materials, she won't go anywhere. Did she say where she was going? He asked. I didn't say it. Lin Caisang shook his head. Brother Mtlnovel, don't worry. Sangsang does things in a measured way. Just watch. She will be back in less than 3 days. Hearing this, Mtlnovel took a deep breath and thought to herself, does that little girl do things in a measured way? Then there is a ghost. She is just a girl who will infiltrate wherever there is danger. Can he rest assured? Changhong, you go to Menghuangshan and keep an eye on it first. I have something to do at home, so go and come back. With that said, he turned around and walked out of the yard, back to his home. Come out. In the hall, Mtlnovel spoke 2 words into the air, and the next moment, Ban Ju and another woman in black knelt in front of him respectfully. See the palace master. Stand up. Mtlnovel sat down and looked at Ban Ju. Exiled Ju, has anything big happened in Qianlin County recently? Back to the palace master, my subordinates have never discovered that there is any major incident in Qianlin County. Ban Ju replied. Master, I have learned that an epidemic has occurred in Hongling Town, north of Qianlin County. More than half of the people in the town have been infected with the disease, and more than 100 people have died. The county government of Qianlin County has issued a notice saying who can healing the people in Hongling Town will reward you with a reward of 1,000 taels. Shi Jian spoke. Epidemic. Mtlnovel tightened her hands on the table and secretly grinded her teeth. As expected, she is a little girl who crawls wherever there is danger. Is it so easy to treat an epidemic? He was almost certain that Lin Caisang, the little girl, had definitely gone to Hongling Town, and she was going for the 1,000 taels of gold. Chapter 91 Person has the final say. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You two stay here and don't allow people in the village to mess around in the deserted mountains. As he spoke, he flashed and disappeared into the main room. Exiled Ju, did the palace master go to Hongling Town? Shi Jian looked at the empty main room and asked Ban Ju, that place couldn't be more dangerous now. How could the palace master go there? Then should she go along? The master of the palace has his own sense of how to do things. Shi Jian remembers the lessons of banished Shi. Ban Ju glanced at Shi Jian lightly and said, upon hearing the words of banishment, Shi Jian gasped and immediately stopped talking. In the hut in Hongling Town, several other masters had left, and Lin Caisang left Master Gong alone. Some information had to be learned from the mouth of this Master Gong, just like. Master Gong, which young master was the first to get sick in your family? Or was it the servant? She asked. This is a domestic servant. Mr. Gong's eyes flickered and he secretly twitched the corners of his mouth as he answered. However, before he could finish his words, he was interrupted by a man next to Lin Caisang. That's nonsense. It's clearly the son of your family. We all know it. Don't lie to Miss Lu. Miss Lu, believe me, it was the son of his family who got sick. Everyone in our town knows this. Miss Lu, of course, is talking about Lin Caisang. She can't say her name because her father once said that her mother's surname is Lu, so she should call herself Lu. Times degree times. Master Gong, I hope you won't hide anything from me. After all, you don't want the disease in this town to continue to worsen, right? Lin Caisang narrowed his eyes slightly and stared at Master Gong and said, she had heard before that it was Mr. Gong who spread this weird disease to everyone in the town, and she already had an opinion about the Gong family. Now that Mr. Gong still wants to hide it, does he really think that he alone has the final say in Hongling Town? When Mr. Gong heard her words, his face was full of embarrassment, but he secretly glared at the troublesome man. Miss Lu, I don't want to say it unless it's because it's a family scandal and I don't want to. Mr. Gong, please forgive me for speaking harshly. Your family scandal has now harmed all the people in Hongling Town. If you are still worried about your family scandal at this time, then just leave. I can't control you here. It's about the Gong family. Lin Caisang didn't give him any face at all and waved his sleeves with a cold face. Miss Lu. Master Gong's face suddenly darkened. A man who was used to being flattered at home was suddenly being insulted like this. The difference was huge. He really wanted to yell at Lin Caisang, but thinking that the future rise and fall of their Gong family would all fall on the girl in front of him, he could only endure it. Is this girl the doctor who came here to treat Hongling Town? That just when he was about to explain, a man in a county government uniform hurried over and interrupted him. That's me. Are you Captain Wei? Lin Caisang looked at Captain Wei, and without waiting for his reply, she took out a mask that was exactly the same as the one she was wearing and handed it to Captain Wei. I'd like to trouble Mr. Wei to ask the county magistrate to make masks like this for the people of Hongling Town. Distribute them to everyone and cover their mouths and noses. This will help prevent the spread of some strange diseases. Oh. Before Captain Wei could recover from the surprise that Lin Caisang was a girl, he was assigned a task.